Hello, Rene Gonzalez, Captain Rabbit. I'd like to share another story, and I'm still want to make another one about the Tito because that was back in the 70s, 75, 76. Anyway, this is going to be relating a story about uh, out there shrimping. I want to try to see if I can locate the area where we was at. I was thinking it was a 6800 line. Uh, when I say the 6800 line, that's how you go by the where you're at on your location on your GPS and all that kind of stuff on your plotter. Uh, anyway, it was a 6800 line down, I would say, 30 pounds of water that time, and we were working just nighttime, and we were doing pretty good, but they were fighting the fish. Once in a while, you would hit some croaker or that that black spot croaker. It's a croaker that's got a black spot. You got to be careful with that one because it'll fill up the nets. Anyway, that time, that's what happened to me. I'm not sure we were making about 4 or 5 hour drags, and if you was to mark a few of those black spots on the croakers, you have to be careful not to make them too long because the bag would be full of fish, too big, too full. And well, that's what happened. I don't know what happened. That it it kind of surprised us that weren't expecting that much, and we picked up a drag where those nets were floating. They were so full of fish that they were coming out the front of the nets, and they were so packed. I mean, so packed you couldn't even bring in the lazy lines. It would bust the lazy lines to try to bring in them bags. They were so full and packed. Uh, we had to get a guy to go over around out in the outrigger and put a rope all the way around both nets to choke the nets in the back where the throat's at, to be able to pull them in and put a line on them where we could start working on them. But at that time, they were so full that we were having a hard time picking up just one bag at a time. And we put double. We got it where we could put the double line on one bag, and they were so packed that we couldn't pick it up, man. That's what happened. That I put too much strain on it, and I bend the damn boom. You know that boom is straight out. Let me see if I can show how can that out. Put the outrigger right. But anyway, the boom was straight out, and when I put too much weight on it, it bent down. It made an elbow down like that. The boom of the boat, and boy, that pretty much put me out of commission. But at that time, I took it's a triple block, the one that picks up the outriggers. I disconnected it off the outrigger and I brought it down to the side and put a hook on it with a rope on it where we could use it as it's a double block to pick up those bags. And that's the way I did it, where I could pick them up one at a time just to cut the throats off, cut those bags off. That's the only way to deal with it. It was too much weight, couldn't pick it up. I had already bent the boom. And it took me a while, but that's the way I had to do it. I had to jack them up, pick them up one at a time and cut them off. And that's how we got the weight off of it, where we could pick up that rig and put it on board. And once we finished all of that, I called the boss man. I called the office and told them that I had a bent boom that I had to go in and get it replaced. They told me, fine, come on in. They were going to get one fixed. But on my way in, I was always hard up at cutting a trip short. There's always something that I try to finish, fix or salvage the trip. So I started thinking, and I wanted to try something. So I did. I stopped and I told the crew that we're gonna put a chain on that outrigger because the rigs were still out on the outrigger. So we got a chain and put wrapped it around through the rig out there where we can disconnect the bridle off the rig. And the bridle itself, I brought it back to where the boom was at, and it was bent, and I put that bridle right where the bent was at, the elbow of it. That's where I put the bridle to it. So in other words, I used the winch. And I put the pressure to it with the winch. And I put the pressure to it, and the end of that boom was still had the stay wires on it. So when I put the pressure to it, it popped that damn thing right in place, man, like if nothing had ever happened to it. And we couldn't believe it. But I was able to make a full trip because of that. And man, I'll never forget those kind of things that I experienced through. But that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about today. But even the boss man, Edward Tilkenstead and all of them, old Terry Cox, they couldn't believe it. Because that boom, that's about a 7 or 8 inch pipe that bent, and it popped right in place, man. Wow. But anyway, uh, I like sharing those kind of things because I'm the only one that carries those kind of stories in my mind. All right, hopefully you enjoyed it.